Welcome back to the DreamHack PUBG Showdown, sponsored by Corsair and Monster Energy. My name is Sims, this is Avenger, and boy oh boy, we've had a fantastic 2 games so far on Championship Sunday. Remember, this is a best of 10, and when today is all said and done, 3 teams will be packing their bags to get an all-expenses paid trip to DreamHack Austin. Not only that, they'll be playing for the lion's share of $100,000, $50K for first place. That's a lot of cheddar.
Yeah, it is. It's about 12,500 for each.
I like this math that's coming through. I like how you just like...
Gotta
yeah,
go
that's
fast.
good.
No, but what a fantastic win from FaZe here, taking 18 kills. That's the highest we've gotten in a close qualifier so far.
It's really nice
Impressive.
to kind of see from the rest of this is that, and we kind of touched on this yesterday, that no one's getting a direct just free meal ticket to the competition.
Exactly.
You know, we've had to come
Gotta
through
earn
all
it.
this. You have got to earn it. It was 4 best of 3s and 1 best of 4 just to make it to these.
Exactly.
But not only this, there's only 5 spots. Like, that's not easy. You got 5 for NA, 5 for EU, 1 for SA, and then 5 from the floor. But there's still got to be all said and done for today. We have to find our 3 teams. Take a look at the current standings as we approach map number 8. Still standing strong at the top, but by a very fragile lead now. FaZe Clan have closed that gap by less than 100 points. Team Liquid, 2 chicken dinners, 2,442 points. FaZe Clan, 2 chicken dinners, 2,384 points. Now, this is the FaZe that we know and love, Martin.
It is indeed. And I mean, look at the point jump as well down to now. Kingun still has a fair amount of lead down to that, but we still have 5 teams above the thousands. All of them are even in the 1100s and 1300s and 1200 of points. Na'Vi, Vitality, Rogue, Imperial even also making their way above DC right now, and then DC. So the 4th to 8th position right now. They are still in the contestant for the 3rd spot.
Now, just so you guys know, obviously that green line shows you who's currently our top 3 placements, even by the number. Above that green line, these are the teams after the best of 10 that will be going to DreamHack. What happens next? Well, let me tell you, 3 teams come up from the last open qualification, the most on points total combined, and they join the fray. All these teams that are below the green line that don't make it today, they get a second crack at the whip. They get a second chance. But that green line, it jumps up 1 place. There are only going to be 2 spots for DreamHack Austin next time round, which will be 2 weeks today. I'm correct in saying 2 weeks today we'll have the European qualifier, and that will be literally last chance saloon, apart from going to the BYOC, which again will be qualification on the floor, 5 spots, happy days. But the problem is with BYOC, anything can happen. I mean, it can literally be just anything can happen.
It's not like we're seeing here today where everybody's kind of had their set loot spawns. They are all everybody's dropping away from each other. When you go at a Pubg event, bring your own computer, you're going to be just everywhere because you're going to be making strats that you don't want to contest anybody. You want to go on the maybe smaller compounds, the trash compounds and everything, because you don't want to go to the big cities because you might think everybody else going there. But still, I mean, I hope we're still going to see some of these teams, even from Europe, making their way all the way to the Austin event here. There's 2,800 participants.
That's wild.
Really, really big event. So there's lots of room for everyone.
I think, and this is meant without any disrespect, because I kind of fall into this category as well, but the thing is about the BYOC, and again, no disrespect, but there'll be a lot of matchmaking kids, which, when I say matchmaking kids, I mean that we won't necessarily see this level of respect that teams will be having towards one another, you know. FaZe is in Milta Power, we'll leave him alone. Vitality's in Milta, we'll leave him alone. Rogue's down at Military Base. Like, if Rogue go, I guarantee you Millie Base is... It's a big old pile
lots of
loot.
kills.
It is. It's lots of kills and lots of loot, you know. So people, if Rogue goes to this BYOC, if they don't make it through this qualifier or the next one, I guarantee you someone will be pushing them on the BYOC if they go there, because Millie Base is just like, oh, there's loot, there's kills. Let's go and have a little bit of fun, and that's what I mean by matchmaking. It's a different world, and when you're watching competitive, if you ever had a chance to join the scrim or join Hot Drop, for example, it's a different world altogether, isn't it? Like, people have the head on a swivel.
Indeed, and I mean, still, there's still 5 spots there, so there's a lot of teams being, or there's 5 spots, so there's a lot of teams still being able to make it from the Pubg.
Well, we'll see if any of these teams now can pretty much try to solidify their ticket, because FaZe and Liquid, they're kind of starting to pull away with this one. Liquid looking to really bang some points on his face, are hot on their heels. But Only 3 can go through. Who's it going to be? We've got 3 more maps remaining. This is round 8, round 9, and round 10. Please, 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 guys, I've been informed we're sitting around 7,500. Make sure you tweet the stream, use the correct hashtag, push it whatever social media you want. I don't care. The kids usually do what, Snapchat, Instagram these days, Facebook. I don't know how many people do it Facebook these days, but either way, I don't care. Just tweet the stream. Make sure people are tuning in. Make sure that let them know what's going on today. This, of course, is the DreamHack Pubg Showdown, sponsored by Corsair and Monster Gaming. $100,000 prize pool when we get to the LAN finals at DreamHack Austin. Look at this plane then, straight across the map, Avenger, all the way in the top corner, starting off at Kameshki, which is going to be a nice start for someone like Crimson.
It is indeed. This is going to make them being able to loot for 2 minutes more than the guys down at Primorsk. So the Na'Vi guys down in the southwest, they're going to have 1.5, 2 minutes less to loot than Crimson. Everyone else is just going, basically everywhere where they used to do. Here, Penguin is going to drop on the Gatka area, and they're going to launch it all the way to George. The boys from Vanga, they're going to drop on the dirt road, and they're going to be going into North George, and then, of course, Noxious going into the shooting range, Cerny area.
Further afield then, usual spots down at military base, usual suspects, should I say. Looking at Georgia Paul, no one there just yet. Kingwin looking for those vehicles. They also will potentially may actually run into the plumbers over here on that side as well. The plumbers very sporadically spread across. Here's above. You know what I mean? When you look at Kingwin and that circle. Okay, so we've got potentially a military base circle. Now, we only saw one of these yesterday. That's all the way down at south. So everyone in the north is going to have to make a bit of a beeline.
Indeed. Larsen here making their way. They have found vehicles here, so they're going to make their way to Georgia. But this is going to be a really hard rotation for them coming from North George and South George towards the military island here. But still, with this kind of circle, it's kind of 50-50 still, so I'm not sure they're going to put all their eggs in the basket of the military here. But we're going to see that once we see the rotations. Red Zone in a really good position here. They can take the left side bridge here towards the ferry pier. And Vitality, of course, in a really good spot as well, taking the east side bridge.
So the question for you is the Martin, what are we going to see? We're going to see a few players stay out in the blue until we know where the next zone's going to be, and then the rotation will come in through the blue, or I mean, is it worth going to Sosnovka Island at this point?
I mean, it is kind of worth it, because when you see these 50-50 splits, they're so dense. It's so dense on the northern side. You're going to see so many teams up there. So it could be worth it going into the military, trying to put your eggs in the basket of the chances. I don't see a lot of people doing it just yet, because they know these players, they know each other. They play against each other in all the leagues. They know how people play. They know Vitality is going to be in the eastern side bridge, on the north side, and maybe even crossing, so they have 2 guys down the south as well, so they can cross safely if it turns north. I'm not too sure about the western side bridge. The plumbers might go sending off Yuki early, getting the northern side of the bridge, so they can either gatekeep it or making sure that they have a clear path if this zone goes south. It might even go towards the Na'Vi guys as well. Na'Vi will probably stay outside, get their boats, and then, depending on where it goes, just sail towards that location.
And again, just someone like Yuki, okay, you might think, well, they're only sending 1 man. That's 1 man against a team. In this kind of state of play, 1 man can be, it's more of a scare tactic. Like, you'll put some bullets down onto a team, they're like, okay, we're not going to push into that compound. So
No.
one man can single-handedly secure a compound just through scare tactics. It can,
Yeah.
you know, fire a few bullets, put warning shots down, say, nope, we have this place, don't bother coming across. And teams won't. Teams will respect those warning shots, and they won't push aggressively into those teams. The one team that could be interesting is, how do FaZe approach this? Do they go down to the bottom, maybe get the boats, and then kind of pick and choose where they want to move from there? Because obviously they know that if they go any further, unfortunately, they have to go through Vitality.
Yeah, obviously. So FaZe, in this kind of circle, I see them waiting outside a bit here. Celis taking some shots in on Octave. They're looting there as well. And Octave getting hit twice at least. This means Octave have to pull back here. Celis as well. He did see the blood spatter, so Octave has to really heal up here. He is going to get a first hit off and going into the house again. Celis did see that. Oh, he spotted him, and they're going to fight again here. And Octave taking another hit in the arm. So this is going to pull back here from the S compound. But yeah, as you talked about, I see FaZe and the guys, they're going to be on the eastern side of the small mills. They have a big beach there, and there's a lot of boats potentially spawning there. So they're going to take that and make sure that they have them available depending on how the zone is going to go. If it stays north, they really want to keep their cars being able to making them able to rotate.
Look at Liquid. Liquid are actually coming straight in for this now. It's time to... Oh, hello. Good morning. Welcome to the game.
It's the second time we see a drop here for
Pachinki for Digital.
Pachinki boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AWM. I didn't see a scope in there. Maybe I was wrong. So no scope. Nope. Plenty of ammo. Yokis on it as well. So like, oh, boys, we got an arm. We got an arm, baby. 20 bullets as well. You get 10 per cache, as you can see there. So
they're heavy.
That up. They are very, very heavy. So they take up, obviously, when we say heavy, they take up room inside your bag. That's the difference by some of these bullets. If you didn't know, 5.56 will take up the least amount of room. Then we move up 7.62, and then we move, obviously, onto the AWN. Like the bullets are actually take up a different amount of size inside the bag and such. So you have to be aware of how much you carry. And same with grenades, smokes, and such. They're very, very important utility. You do need to be carrying them when you're playing at this level, but you do need to be having the level 2, level 3 bags, for instance, to be able to hold that utility. Liquid going rather deep here, which I don't blame them, to be honest. They're going to move further towards that coastline. Ibby's already there, though, but Red Zone have turned up. A few warning shots will go down. Macken actually taking a bit of a beating. Libby's like, nope, I'm out of here, fam. See you later, boys.
This is another position you want to fight in that area. It's not really a good compound to fight for unless the zone really favors it like 6 times in a row. But now he's also driving towards Vitality. It's really contested area here down in the southeast. Liquid is going straight towards Shiv here. Oh, and Ibby's going to say no. He's going to take some damage. I think he's going to go in the water. Now he's even going to jump out here. He's going to take the fight. Sees him, but Shiv is going to take him out. It is Ibby, and he's going to lose his life here. So Liquid losing 1 member already as the first player. And this is what I said yesterday. Do you remember? When it comes to Liquid, Ibby is the scout. Ibby's often going to be the guy scouting out. He's going to lose his life in the early game if they do scout.
I mean, is it a questionable challenge when you're down on health?
No, not at all. I mean, still, Ibby is the kind of player that could easily take that fight, but Shiv is also a really, really strong player, so it's not like a fight you really want to take. Obviously, he could have gone for the water, though. I did think he was going to go for the water, but Ibby here playing the kind of scout role here did make sure that the other guys didn't go into the gas station as well. Celis, though, also knows they're there. But yeah, losing Ibby is not funny. Ibby's a fragger, but they do need to have somebody scouting for them.
Hexete from FaZe now moving all the way down to the bottom of the beach edge. You can see over at Milton Power side, just on the edge there, they will caress the circle to see where it goes next. Looking at their kill feed, Vic has gone down, unfortunately. Graven does take out... Oh, okay, so there is a Gentside from probably falling there, or maybe from a boat or something, or a vehicle.
Yeah.
Either way, Red Zone still standing strong here. You've obviously got the wall that you can play around and play off of. Just get the hard peek, the hard lean through. Still rotating across. Liquid, they can't really find a comfortable place where they want to be. They will go further afield down the beachhead just to play off the defilade to give themselves a little bit more breathing space as they move past Imperial. Suntouch can hear all this going on, but as you can see from his POV, he can't actually see them. Bullets will go through Cloudtail. He does have the line of sight, a very clear one as well, the 16. Single tap fire with a red dot. Let's have a look at some of these other teams. All the way at the top then, Kavoka, Rixnaz and the boys, T-Bone, they are going to come down. The rest of Avanga also has to rotate down. They're going to be coming past Kinguin, so whether they crash into one another or not is a different question altogether. Jeem's been the scout here hitting the rock. They need to be very careful because they are still quite open. Ooh, and Digital Chaos might actually be in the line of sight here, so you need to be very, very careful that Fausto doesn't... There we go. Now they've spotted him. Does Ewan have the info? It looks like he's looking the other way, so I would say no. That player from Liquid has... Jeems has down on his knees. Did he play passive there and just not give away his position? Maybe, potentially. They're looking over at the farms to see if this is prime location that's uncontested, but again, this level of the game, every single compound's just got a squatter, Martin. Especially
on the northern side here, because all the northern side close to the water is going to be high loot area, but also really high compound area you wanna stay in here. Crimson also making their way in on the north, close to Knights as well. These and the boys from Avanga also slowly moving out of North Georgia, but look how slow the guys from Noxious are. Kavoka on the scout, Reels and the other boys, they're coming a bit more slow, and they're going to go with the zone, so they're actually rotating with the zone, so they're going to be in their cars and on the move once the next circle hit. That's very important for those guys. Reels here is going to be driving slowly towards the crash here. Optimal path here for him, but they're going to be going through it. They have at least 3 vehicles here, so they're going to be making that out. Jeems here is going to knock D's on the rotation. So D's tried to make the way there, And 17 James is there, but it looks like there are some shots coming from Fausto trying to steal this kill. Trying to make sure here James is gonna finish him off. Yep, James got the kill there on these. Ewan is taking some shots as well. They're taking fire from the southeast as well, from Havu and Liquid as well.
Yeah, another in a bit of trouble here because the crunch time's coming down from the boys from Team Liquid. 12 points from there where they finish off D's. At the top, we do see Kinguin may actually potentially crash here into Reals. They do just kind of come back into the blue. They're playing the blue edge. They're going to be just really creeping up against it. Drainies may have some information that the plumbers are here. I'm not entirely sure how far the plumber. Oh, they're miles away. So, oh, still, he's aware. He's aware that there could be a team lurking somewhere. Yeah, he does. He knows they're definitely here. Drainies does have a teammate with him, but Navi, they are quite sparsely separated. So if these two players do get knocked, their teammates can't help them. They're brown bread and done. However, look at this. So Kinguin, what we said before, Kinguin and Reals, they have actually crashed into one another. Kavorka's turned his car and he's turning tail. They're going to go and try help out. Maybe they want these points in the blue. All those players are going to be weak. They're actually continuing to drive away. However, Kinguin are forced down to a situation where they have to hold back for a second. In fact, no, I'm talking rubbish. It's not even Kinguin. It's Keen.
It's Keen.
It's Keen. Begins with a K, close enough.
Keenguin.
Keenguin. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Well, but he survived at least.
Yeah, he did lose a tire though, but he still has his level 3 helmet intact and the level 2 vest as well. This is so hard to drive when you lose this back wheel.
Isn't it?
It is. Next zone is gonna pop and it's gonna slightly favor the Sosnovka Island here. Yannick is gonna make a move. They're gonna take those middle compounds on the middle hill here so they can take all the guys coming fishing. But this is a really, really strong compound and the guys, they really wanna take that. Shiv and the guys from Vitality, they're gonna make a move south on the eastern bridge, so they're gonna cross right now. Everyone is putting their eggs in the basket that it's gonna go south.
They're all going across the bridge. You can see them driving left to right, making sure you're keeping away. And we said it, we called it, Martin. FaZe are going to use the boat tactic. So they went down on the edge, got themselves a boat, and just waited until the circle updated to see what their options were. They'll now probably land in Novo and then creep their way into the circle from that side of Sosnovka Island. Meanwhile, Skoom, he's trying to play defender here. The defense inside the garage type building, looking out because he knows players are there. He can hear Knights on the rotation as well, so he knows that he's a bit of a between a rock and a hard place here. Awen with a disco plant launcher. That's going to be NBS or Nibs, as we've been calling him. Crimson, they'll lose one man. He'll go to the knock. Will they see him through? Awen comes in, whips out the sniper rifle. K98, see you later, Crims. He's brown bread and buried, my friends.
Yeah, NBS taking out here. Lockwood, though, returning fire onto Awen with a headshot with them. 4. And look at all these guys. It is indeed springtime on Erangel. They are out swimming, all of them.
The Weatherman Avenger.
Yep.
Brought to you by Monster Energy.
And Corsair. Kinguin are making their way onto the southwestern side here. All open. Frost taking fire, though, from Jassa. They are really gatekeeping this beach side.
Kill feed. Skoom's down.
Skoom is taking out. He's gone. He's taking out completely here. Zimbabwe and Knights are fighting him. Lockwood here, they're on the fight. There's so many knocks here already.
So he was inside the building, so that means that Knights must have rushed that building with the AKM, because that wasn't, if they would have been outside, he would have been knocked and just chilled for a little bit. But he must have, he's either been outside that building or they've rushed the building, because that was a straight knock and a flush. So Skoom's gone, Liquid lose 1. 59 players remaining. We've only lost 5 from Erangel so far. Lockwood hits the beachhead, but unfortunately gets a welcome wagon. 1 player falls, going to be Awen. Crimson picking up another 12 points. Now I see the Crimson boys doing a little bit of work here. But Jambaway, he sees Kramer. He wants this kill. Dinks him in the head. Kramer, my friend, that's going to be a pain in the ass. The headache comes through as he's going to be hiding down. This should be a flush. Also, easy kill, easy points, easy life. 12 points to Crimson.
Yeah, and that is Knights down to 2 players. They lost Avian earlier. DC on the swim fest as well. Zimbabwe's going to keep on firing, and Voxic is well taking him out as well. So this is Knights in a really, really hard spot, not spawn. And now Crimson's going to make a move. They're going to push him. Drayden is just waiting behind his car. Voxic is on his knock, and he's going to be crawling, trying to get some info here. Pybas, Zimbabwe, Lockwood, all making a move together.
And he's going to be seeing all this. He's going to be very, very aware. Hiding down, leans up. He's got a holographic. Sees Lockwood. Ducks and dives. There's 1. There's 2. His teammate comes through. Lockwood and Pybas working as a team. The lead's there. Pybas actually going to jump out for a second. He's got a level 3 and a level 2. Going to try and get a finish on this one, which he does. 12 points there to Knights. Can they get more? Comes around the corner. Pybas, tap, tap, tap. See you later, Crimson. You guys are dead. 36 points in the bag for Knights, and they send Crimson home in 16th place.
What an insane play by Drayden. 1v3 versus Crimson. Incredible. He's going to be able to take Voxic up as well. This is really one of the reasons we also saw them. There were only 3 players at the Global Loot League final. They got 10th, and that is really the firepower you see from Drayden right there.
Individual players, that's what we need to see. Cloudtail takes a bullet to the brain from red zone. He's knocked. Looking over at Gavrin's POV. He's on the opposing side here. Just chilling on Sosnovka, watching the beachhead. Sees the dead bodies, sees the box. He's sun-touched. Gives him a haircut in the water. Another player will jump up as well. So he's kind of just watching his teammates to see where they approach this one, because he knows he can kind of force them at the beachhead.
Yeah, DC here making their way. It looks like they're going to be able to come in safely on the middle side of the map. Zone is pushing in. James is on the northern side on his own. Samty's making his way in as well. Liquid is really on a fast split right now.
Couple of things to notice here, Martin. Like you said, Liquid, they're going to be outside the circle here. 2 people that have made the God push. A, FaZe came in from Nova all the way around the back, and look at where they are. They've crept in. B, the opposing side, they've got the boats. Kingwin did the same. They just drove all the way around, got the boat, hit the water, hit the little yellows on the left-hand side. There's a couple of rocks that you can come up from the back of Sosnovka. So I have to give credit where credit's due here. FaZe and Kingwin, their rotation this game for this circle is absolutely bang on.
Yeah, and Rogue also, they have the 4-man split. They have this Sosnovka Island, so they do this really, really greedy push where they split out. Stab is going to shoot at T-Bone. He's going to connect 1. Is he going to connect more? It looks like he's connecting 1 more. 2. T-Bone taking down to 30% HP. No more bullets on Stab. Looks like he's going to go for the tree right here, making sure. Oh, this is a greedy push as well. This is actually Rogue going for that as well. So Rogue and Noxious, they're going for the same compound right now. Reels is already in there. T-Bone is popping off a first hit, so he's going to be able to heal up here. But Plumbers, they're on the wrong side of the bridge right now. Reezy already made his way onto the half side of the bridge, but they have to cross. They have to get into the new zone.
Yeah, it's going to be so dangerous for them, especially when this circle does start to push them. Jazza going out on the long push there. He'll know exactly where T-Bone is, but T-Bone does have a very good defilade to play off of. Sees Reels in the window. The M4 and the level 3. See you later, my friend. He gets flushed out. Jazza's dead. He's gone. Rogue loses 1. T-Bone backing off as well because Yannick smells blood and he wants revenge for his fallen comrade. Looking through the window, just being guarding for the second. Red dot on an M4. It's a nasty weapon. It's a nasty little setup. Go close and personal. Fuffens and Yannick, 2-on-2, just working as a little teammate to try and push them out. The grenade could go through the window if he cooks it long. Look at Fuffens though. Fuffens getting aggressive.
Yeah, he has an MK as well. Fuffens down to 20% HP. He has to heal right now. Reels. Now the backup is coming. They're slowly swimming on the north. They're not coming yet, but they are swimming. T-Bone and Reels are really trying to hold down this compound here. Fuffens are going to pull back, and they're just going to hold these crosses here, holding the angles. Reels and T-Bone is just going to be camping inside this house. It is a good house. They're inside the zone. Rixknas and Kavorka, they're slowly making their way, but they have to make an open field run above about 100 meters on the beach side.
So look at the emergency backups though. James, Knights, all these guys that are coming in extremely late. The positive side from him is they keep driving. Martin, they're going to hit the super slow side. Look at Drayden. That's going to be a wide rotation. Actually going to go around the back of Millie. Remember, the closer you are to it, the less damage it will do. James might just dive straight into it. You're going to have Gent side there as well. Sun Touch from Imperial. He's going to come in late also. So all these late, long flyers that are going to try and get in late game here, you have to be that emergency backup. If you can send one, if you're having a bit of a rough game, send one teammate away. Kind of like the old, remember what Break used to do, where he used to take the meds and just go and try and heal up. Fuffens, though, with a grenade onto Reels. So that's found its target. He's found one. He's got to knock inside that cabin on the front of the beachhead. That's a good start from them. We'll see if that kind of progresses any further off of that fight, and if Rogue can grab themselves some more points.
Yeah, Knights here, they are inside, and they're going to spot Egidorp and the guys. Rogue is going to push in, finishing off Reels, and T-Bone is just going to be the last player inside those houses. The other guy's already on the beach, but T-Bone, he is taken on. He's going to be knocked. They are wondering, where are the other guys? But the other guys are not there yet. Stab, they are trying to peek and push on these guys here, but they are not close enough to make any real damage, except for their cars, of course.
So for a little bit of trade from Rogue, they did lose 1, but they picked up 3. So losing Jazza, but grabbing themselves 36 points. It's,
no, 32, because
30,
both
Kavorka
and Rixknas, the Swedish duo here, they are alive still, and they have taken a boat going even further. I think they're just going to stay in the water, waiting for the next circle, see what's going to happen here.
24 points. I'm trying to get good at maths here. 24 points, 2 kills, obviously, but losing 1 in the meantime. So Murisu straight back onto James. So James' tactic didn't work, going late game and trying to be that emergency backup. Froz, 1-2. Thank you very much. Inoctive hits the deck, hits the dirt. Bullet to the brain. He's down. AKM, 762, does its work. 48 points of damage per bullet.
Oh, this Nick could be good. Oh my god, that is close. No, it's not going to be close enough. It's going to do some damage to Mominho. Keen is knocked on the beach. He's going to finish him. Froz. Red zone here popping off, taking out a Vanga on 15th.
Froz, 3 members gone. A Vanga. Impressive stuff. Going up against the boys from the CIS. They're aggressive and they play well. Another team's gone as well. Kavoka and Riknaz. Finally. The rest of them have been finished off there by DC, Digital Chaos. They grab themselves some points and they grab themselves a placement. Also, they do have the Shacks as well, and they are on Suznovka Island, so in a bit of a good place. And we can see as the camera. Oh my God! Someone just got beat down with a pan. Larson just beat James with a pan.
How did he go?
Oh, he
AFK?
knocked him earlier on. BM. He knocked him earlier on, so he just panned him to death.
Oh my god! So he went in with the pan and headshotted him with that pan. I hope it was a target practice pan. That would be fantastic. Larson here. Oh my god, that is so harsh.
Oh, look at the noise he makes as well.
Look at that fantastic loadout. He has an M4, he has a full level 3, and he has so much meds as well. King can really loot it out of their minds here. Lenzo connecting one on Celis.
Gavin falls. We did just see Genocide potentially go down. I saw a player die and then 12 teams come up, so their team might be out of it. Lenzo knows this player's lurking around the bush. He'll fire through and find his target. 2 members of Red Zone, Froz and Celis. They're in a little bit of trouble because they don't have much cover. They're just laying down. Celis hits the dirt. He bites the dust. This should be an easy kill there. Straight down the hollow. M16 tap, tap, tap. And now Froz, he has to pray for mercy.
The zone is pushing him, so Frost really just needs to try to heal this because Havu must be disengaging this fight. They don't need to be here, and they have to move. This zone doesn't hurt that much, but they have to make a move, try to get a good position. Knights now on the move.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but look at how close FaZe and Vitality are.
Yeah.
The 2 teams that loot next to one another from the start and now next to one another in the late game. This could be very, very dangerous.
FaZe are going to take their vehicles here, just making it on the edge, making sure they have them available to them later. Not sure if they're going to make a move just yet, but Vitality, they can just push this hill, but that will mean if they push the hill, FaZe will have their backs and they're just going to be falling in onto them back. So they really have to take this fight now rather than later.
Jaden, unfortunately, has either knocked himself out or got run over by the car or jumped out and effed it a little bit too much. But Yannick sees that one and says, thank you very much. I'll take that free kill. 12 points in the bag for Rogue. Voxic still on his own. Sampty as well. How many members of Liquid are still alive? He may be the last man standing.
Voxic 2. So 2 members snaking close to Rogue here. Havu making their way in as well. Frost is making his way in as well. He has to pop these first aids. But of course, Havu is aware that the teams didn't get finished. So he has to move. Gemty now, they are nading each other. Everybody's looking north and south on Vitality and FaZe. So they know they're there. They are going to take this fight. Look at Gemty. All orange, all ready.
Shadow 1K just chilling. Up on the edge. Finds Fuzz face. Tries to give him a trim. Sampty's dead. Liquid go out in 11th. Sampty Gemty, unfortunately. 11th place. Not the best placement. In fact, their worst placement, I think, so far this weekend. But they do have those good points. Can FaZe steal the lead from them? Because FaZe is still well and truly in this. But the blue is on their back. They're getting drilled in. Vitality have the high ground. But they don't have the information exactly where they are. They know roughly where they are, but not every single man. So the call comes through. Araxe and Shiv join the fight. Monkey, look at him. Going out on the angle, trying to get the position here. Looks like he's looking a little bit... Oh, spots one.
Monkey with the red dot on the car 98.
Of all weapons.
Oh!
Goes for the whack. Opts for the AR. The drill comes down. See... Oh, so the answer back. About 30% health on either side. Both will crack off a first aid. But Gemty, he might see some of these players. He's going to be in the open, unfortunately. Buzzface comes in, hits Shadow in the face. Headshot knocks him now. The push will come up. They'll all start to work their way up. They've got to be careful here. Buzzface finds 2. The Bearded Wonder just drilling down Vitality one after another. Fantastic work there. 24 points in the bag and a long-range shot as well. Gemty finishes him off. He gets tagged by Fuzz. My God, FaZe just completely ripping Vitality apart.
This next zone is going to push even further northwest, favoring Rogue again. But now it is all on Na'Vi as well. They have a really, really good position in the zone, and they really have to hold out phase. Can they do a DC as well on the northern side as well? They do have a knock, but they're going to be able to take him up. 4 guys on DC, 4 guys on phase, 4 guys on Na'Vi, 3 or 4 guys on Kengun as well, all on the southeastern side. This is going to be a massive firefight breaking out very soon.
Feels bad, man. The last player of Vitality tried to disengage from that, and I think Digital Chaos, or in fact, no, excuse me, Na'Vi may have just seen them. I'm sure it was Shade that we saw down there. So Vitality out in 9th. The French gods not having the best of events so far this weekend. 8 teams remain, 27 players remaining. Havorki, he drops on the beachhead. Now it all comes down to I don't really mind, and Jorski needs to be very, very careful here. DC, they're getting tanked up themselves. All of a sudden Na'Vi, they see them, so they engage. Fuffens comes in onto Havorki, sees the easy kill from the knockout, cleans him up, headshot, he's gone. Another 12 points moving to Rogue's hand.
Look how close all these teams are. Oh my god. Na'Vi is pushing onto DC. FaZe is also there, so they're going to engage the fight as well. This is a 3-way fight right now.
Where are the helmets?
Helmets are gone.
Where the hell are the helmets? Milu tries to stay alive. He's damaged, so is Yokis as well. Fausto's trying to help him out, but unfortunately himself, the smoke will go down. And look at this. This is the hammer coming down. FaZe Clan just laying into them. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more member, I believe. It's going to be Fausto, last man standing here for DC. This, to me, could be an entire squad wipe coming out of FaZe Clan. They only need 2 more. Yesterday, we saw it when Fuzzface went in with the YOLO grenade. Will he do the same, though? Pidgeman Noto and the rest of Natus Vincia could play spoiler to this one, but they're pushing hard. They want these kills. Have they ever committed, though?
Yannick here taking out Jemchi in the long fight. Mexi has to make it. Fausto is on the edge here. You can see him. He's going to finish him. Larsen taking out Pokemon as well. Drainus is taking out Fuzzface. They have to make a run. The zone is pushing, and they're outside the zone. Fuzzface is surely going to lose his life here. Mexi's going to finish off DC. DC out on 9th. No, Jockeys is still alive. They're still next to each other. Hexeti
gone as well.
And basically on top of each other.
We need to stay on that fight. Play zone's just fixed. We need to see who comes out on this one because FaZe Clan may have just over. Yeah, Hexeti's dead. So that's through the... In fact, no, who is that from? Yeah, it was. It's from Yokis. So Yokis hears it, fires through the smoke, takes him out. So this may have been a bad move for FaZe Clan. They wanted that fight. They wanted the kills, but in doing so, they approached it. 3 teams are shooting at them. Does see DC. DC go down. I believe that's going to be a kill. Yes, it is. So it's 8th place for Digital Chaos, but only 2 players standing. So they got a lot of points, Martin, but they lost 2 players by doing so.
They did indeed here, and the fight is going out. Kengun and Na'Vi, they're fighting each other really, really hard here. Pidgemanota on the backside. Drainus is knocked. Larsen has to drop down, take a first aid. King actually gets hits as well. Havu and Knights are pushing them. Rogue is pushing them. Pidgemanota taken down to 5% HP as well. Drainus is bleeding out. Pidgemanota looks to be one of the last members standing here. He's taking shots. He's taking out on 7th. Na'Vi is taken out by Kingren. Larsen is going to finish off those 2 kills. Kingren still with 4 members alive inside the zone. FaZe slowly pushing as well.
Big thing for Kingwin, the fact that taking out a team like Na'Vi, one of your competitors that is closing in on your 3rd spot placement. Fantastic work. Look at the Plumbers, though. The Plumbers still have 4 alive, so good job from them to be in this late game. They've been having a little bit of a struggle this weekend so far, so nice to see them in the top 6. FaZe Clan, though, unfortunately for them, taking that fight and really pushing the aggression, it's left them down to 2 members alive, and they unfortunately don't have the best of survivability. If they do have the vehicles, if he can get across, he can then play the Defilade, another member of Havu.
He just finished off the Knights, so that was 6th for Knights. I don't really mind here. The last player of Havu. So
Mexi's down.
Mexi's knocked. Mexi's finished by Vard. So that is Hexeti. He's the last player. And they're looking at each other. I don't really mind on Hexeti. They're looking at each other. So Hexeti knows this. He hears the shot. He was pretty close to him when I don't really mind finished off Voxic from Knights.
So important thing here to note between these two. Not only is it 12 points, whoever gets the kill, but it's also a placement jump. Whoever gets this kill will get into the top 4, which actually will get
35 points.
35
difference.
points plus
and
10.
A kill.
Yeah, so it's what, 7th?
47. Yeah. It's a lot of points for 1 kill. Very important right here. Hexeti needs to make this happen. 13 players alive.
Doesn't have a chest, Martin.
Doesn't have a vest, no.
So if he stays laid down a bit, oh no, he's actually dropped down. So he has jumped up a placement, but now he knows that player's gone and eliminated. That gives him the information. And he also has the edge of the circle that he can play with. But he's been seen by Gaxi. Gaxi's been an absolute tank this weekend so far.
Yeah, Gaxi's a lot of kills already here. And Larsen, this nade could be...
Imagine. Imagine. Oh, tiny bit more roll and that would have been it.
Yeah, that would have been insane. Oh, Let's do some damage here. Is he gonna keep nading? He has spotted them, so he knows there's card on there. Reese is taken up by Ewan. Ewan is gonna nade this. This nade looks to connect as well. He does see the other cards as well. Ewan, the next zone has popped. Insane finish off right there. FaZe has been taken off as well.
FaZe down into third. Ewan comes in with a grenade. Takes out Reese. 2 grenades connect. He's dead. 10 players remain. I mean, good work from Rogue to get round to this point so far. They lost one early, well, not necessarily early on, but mid-game at least. 8 times on the M4, level 3, level 2. He can peek, he can poke, he can be the sniper rifle that his team needs to be. Yuki will stand his ground and put some shots onto Rogue while the rest of his teammates start to rotate. Now he turns his back, and unfortunately now he's in the line of sight of 2 teams. The Plumbers, they're having difficulties here. They have the rocks to play with, but they've got a big pack of angry Kinguins above their heads, so they need to be very, very careful. Kinguin have the high ground. They have the stance. They can hold these players back if they really want to and just force them into a gatekeeping situation. But necessarily, being on the high ground isn't always that important because you will silhouette to these players. You'll poke your head out. Your head will be on the back like a swivel. You can get it removed. The Plumbers, they're a good team. And here come the push from Rogue. The smokes are out. The wall's there. Yuki, he falls victim to the sword. He drops to Yannick. He goes down. Here's his panicking as well. He's got 2 players above him, 2 players in front of him.
Larsen here making a move, making sure that these guys are going to stay outside the zone. They're the only guys inside the zone. Stab is going to take out Miracle, so he's taking knock. Fuffins is going to finish off Stab. No, he's going to finish off Yuki. So Yuki's out. So there's 2 players of the Plumbers, 3 Rogue, and 4 Penguins. He's going to be able to call back here. Miracle is going to be able to pick up. The zone is pushing slowly. It's going to push everybody. Kinguin still the only team inside.
So I like how Larsen and Gaxi are playing this. Larsen on the front field, Gaxi on the back. Mirisu's actually been knocked just as note. So 1 player taken down, but he can get inside the zone, maybe survive. Stab, here comes the big push though. This is where the blue not only does the damage if he don't crawl in. Stand up, man, stand up. I suppose if he does stand up, he'll lose his head, but that first aid, it will get off at least.
I'll take 1 more, and then he's going to have to move. That was only 2 first aids. Gaxi on the backside. 4x M4 with the silencer. Really good position inside the zone here. Rogue has made their way in. It looks like that Yannick is going to be able to stay inside the zone. The zone is in the middle. Nobody's inside the zone. Fuffins, level 3 helmet. He's going to be inside the zone. Stab has made their way in as well. Miracle has been taken up, so this is indeed a 4v3v2. Stab is going to get finished. 4v3 right now, Kinguin and Rogue.
Bullet to the brain. Gaxi picks it up and makes himself a placement. Jumps into second now. Kinguin versus Rogue. Rogue obviously losing that man in the initial engagement. So the yellows what are actually on your screen there. Larsen still being the bodyguard of this. They see the vehicle actually, so using this early on. Fuffins though, he's getting tanked up. He does get pushed back. Ewan steps up, says, okay, I'll try and help you out here. Sees Vard, gets the high ground on him. Will get the lean as well. They now see Larsen as well, so they have the information where these players are going to be. Smoke will be there. Try and get a distraction at least, and so they can move up to the tree if they need to. But it's a 4 versus 3. You need to get a pick here. We have to notice that Kinguin did pick one of their members up.
This is potentially a fight for the 3rd spot right now. Really important for Rogue to win this. Ewan taking some shots. He's taking the vest is gone.
Oh,
the zone is pushing them.
The zone takes a little bit more health off of him. Can he hit the tree before the bullet hits him? No, he cannot. He falls. Mirisu, Lance, and they come in as well. 1, 2, 3 members. They all hit the deck. Kinguin take game number 8. GG. Let's take a look at the kills. How many? They got 13 in total, plus the 400 for the win. What a cracking effort from Kinguin. This will 100% definitely solidify their position within the top 3. But Rogue, Plumbers, all these teams that are kind of... I mean, Plumbers needed the points regardless anyway. No kills from Plumbers, which is quite disappointing, to be honest, because that'll only be 240 points. But Rogue, they finished, I think, 15th or 16th in the previous round, Martin. So a 2nd place finish with a couple of kills. That's good to try and get up there a little bit more and jump them.
It's really important for them to stay on that 4th position. Kinguin taking this win, of course, is just going to solidify them on the 3rd spot. FaZe, though, getting 4th, while Liquid got 11th. It's maybe going to propel FaZe up onto 1st now. It's going to be able to see that later. But what a really good game right here.
They did really... I mean, it's hindsight. You have to pick and choose your fights, right? They really very much committed to wiping Digital Chaos, which kind of put them in this position of, all right, when they arrived, they lost 2 players straight away, which then didn't put them in the greatest position of where to move from there. I like the play. Get aggressive, get stuck in. The issue was, while going for Digital Chaos, they didn't realize that they literally had Rogue, who came 2nd in the end, peering down the barrel of a gun, looking at them. So they didn't realize they had that angle, which then kind of ended up ultimately kind of solidifying the 4th place because there's no way to really move from that. You're in the open, but they still picked up by killing DC and taking them. They not only get a position point by jumping up the table, but they get, what, 48 points in total for wiping that entire team. So more points in the bag for FaZe. And again, it's just kind of creeping up. And as you mentioned, alluded to, Liquid finishing lesser place, lesser kills. FaZe might now, for the first time this weekend, actually overtake, potentially, Liquid.
Indeed.
It's going to be good. It's been great so far. We do have 2 more maps remaining, and still 3 places left to send to DreamHack Austin. Nothing's over just yet. Nothing's done. We're not out of the woods. Anything can happen in PUBG, and that's the marvel of the game. Guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in a second. See you then.